Hey, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, who is the God of the Hebrew Israelites, Yahweh Shai being the true name of his only begotten Son. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Back to the basics lessons. I've done this lesson through the spirit a few times, but spirit's on me. End of an age, all right? The end of the world, the end of an era. And, how do we in fact know that we are living in the last days? Man, we'll get straight into this. What would happen to this world if Yahweh Shai did not return is the question. All right. Matthew 24, and we'll start at verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So again, unless we had this event that the prophets of Yahweh Bahashem and Yahweh Shah are calling the Great Tribulation, all right, Jacob's trouble preceding the second coming of Malak Yahweh Shai, the king himself, Malak means king in the Hebrew, is saying, hey, nobody would be left alive if this event didn't happen. All right, we would perish for many reasons. First and foremost, our transgressions, the Hebrew Israelites, the wickedness of this man Esau, Edom. All right, and everything else that's going on. All right, old age, all these things, man. Nobody would be left alive. Look at what they're doing to the youth, the younger generation, as it relates to teaching them right from wrong, namely the alphabet community, and how they're forcing that upon children. Just that alone, all right, if that generation that's coming up is constantly fed this propaganda of you can just do what you want, you can just, you can pick what gender you want to be. Well, I mean, eventually mankind would die out because they wouldn't be able to reproduce, man, because they're all a bunch of funny boys and funny girls, man. This is completely contrary to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And again, except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those shall be saved. So concerning the Lord's hopeful elect, all right, that is who we hope to be a part of, that hopeful elect, the Lord's hopeful elect, that the Lord is shortening these days, man. You can tell, man. I can. Days are going by super fast, man. All right. I done cleared about 3-4 days, man, and it felt like one. All right. But this is all spiritual. All right. Not only in like our day-to-day lives, as far as like the actual clock, but the events, the prophecy. All right. The Lord is speeding these things up. He's making prophecy happen, manifest, as well as literally speeding up time, man. It feels like the days are just so fast compared to when we all were younger. All right. Men and women. All right. Or younger, boys and girls, man. I can testify to that. It feels that way. And, through the spirit, I feel, being an 80s baby, like the days were longer. Even, in the 80s, the 90s, or definitely the 90s, we had time to do all type of stuff. These days, it's like you can only do one thing and then it'd be the end of the day, man. So again, the Lord is doing this for this hopeful elect's sake, man. These people that were predestined in Romans 8:29, predestination, all right, to receive salvation. All right. People think that you can choose to serve the Lord. Well, it's not true. All right. The Lord wouldn't be all powerful if you could just choose to serve him, man. The Lord have chosen, all right, through his own will and power, of who these individuals are that he wants, all right, to save, man, which will be that hopeful elect in these last days, man. All right. So what is meant by, well, let's go. Does the shortening of time relate to a quote unquote work that is to be cut short? All right. So let's answer this question, man, concerning this work that we're always talking about through the spirit. Um, Romans 9:28. For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness, because a short work will the Lord make upon the earth. Now, starting with the king, Malach Yahweh Shai, all right, he had work to do from the Father, which you should know, all right, to teach and make his own body, all right, a living sacrifice for the Lord's hopeful elect. All right, that was all part of the Lord's work, and he has, Malak Yahushua, all praises to the King, finished his work. So now, guess what? It has trickled down to us. All right, it is our turn to work, all right, for this salvation concerning those members of that hopeful elect. All right, so we're all a part of this work. And guess what? In relation to what I brought out previously concerning the shortening of days, the shortening of time, this is also in relation to that, how, things are starting to speed up those birth pains of this great tribulation. All right, those birth pains of this coming kingdom. All right, and the downfall of this wicked man's rulership. All right, for he will finish the work and cut it short. All right, that's the same thing, man. All right, time is speeding up. The Lord, hey, he's ready. All right, through this, through us. All right, because the Lord's all powerful. He's the one that set this up, man. All right, we're manifesting it. All right, but through the Spirit, we are getting fed up. All right, so because we're fed up and we're obtaining wisdom. All right, the scriptures say wisdom driveth a wise man mad, man. All right, so we're all in that spirit, of the hopeful elect, being fed up, tired of wickedness, man, being in this place, being in this captivity, being in this imperfection, knowing, all right, some of the righteousness of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, starting to, come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, understanding how we're supposed to be set apart from these weirdos, man, especially here in Babylon the Great. Take a look at all the weirdos, man, and all the crazy crap that's going on amongst the earth. We're not supposed to be like that. We're supposed to be a peculiar people until Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, to be set apart, to be different, to be looked at, but not how people look at us now. We're a spectacle to the nations now because we're weirdos. They don't understand why we're killing each other left and right, why our women are bald headed and out of control and whores. All right, the rest of these women are whores too. Don't get it twisted. For you other nations, you women of you other nations, y'all whacked out as well. All right. But people are, looking at us as a spectacle. We're supposed to be a spectacle, a peculiar people for righteousness. Our law, statutes, and commandments was what was supposed to set us apart from these other nations, man, and make us stand out. All right, be that peculiar people. All right. And the Lord would have blessed us, all right, if we would have kept his law, but we blew it. We went off. Now we got to deal with all this crap, man. And we got to go through this great tribulation, contrary to the so-called Christians, all right, that think that this thing is not going to happen. All right. That's why we utilize our faith. That's why we preach faith, man, and not trying to change the words of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai just because it sounds bad, because it sounds uncomfortable. So a lot of our people, that have heard a mark of the beast, great tribulation, Jacob's trouble, all right, persecution, they don't really believe that. All right. And they don't really hearken unto it. But through faith, we can't change the words of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So we just roll with it, man, and utilize that true Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai given faith. We use that, man, to operate our in this earth, man. All right. Until the Lord returns and save us, man. We are of this hopeful election to be saved, man, from death, destruction, shame, all of these things, man. So that's why we pray and fast and do these things now. Praying, fasting, how weak fasting makes you, in the flesh, all right, in the physical, but it makes you strong in the spiritual. All right. Going out on the highways and byways, doing these epistles, wearing our sackcloth. All right. This is embarrassing, compared to the world. But we rather be embarrassed and be made a spectacle, a joke now, all right, so that we can receive salvation when the rest of these people are going through this great tribulation. and then it's going to be our turn to laugh. The Lord said he's going to mock when your calamity come. All right. And he's going to do that. All right. The Lord is not going to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Especially Yahweh is not coming down to this earth to get in front of your face to laugh at you. The Lord is above laughing at you. Trust. But he is going to do that, through his men. All right, starting with the prophets, the elders and apostles, man, of the truth. All right, now we know those men, all right, to be predominantly from Great Millstone, but that, these are the men who I feel through the Spirit are leading the way. That doesn't mean that every brother that's, sister, there's other members of this hopeful election that's not, quote unquote, in Great Millstone, but, they are of that hopeful elect, man. All right. But moving on, man, I'm not trying to make it too long, but we'll just go with the Spirit. All right. What is the Ezekiel, quote unquote, Ezekiel warning? All right. And then we'll go over to Ezekiel. This is all in relation to prophecy, man. All right. We're just prophesying, just saying things before it comes to pass, man. That's all. And people have begun to hate us. All this hate and weirdo shit that's going on upon the earth, they really as a whole don't say nothing to these people that's trying to teach these kids this alphabet lifestyle. They don't say shit to those people. Matter of fact, if you speak against those people, you liable to to be punished here in Babylon the Great, man. But here we are bringing out the truth in our own little world, in our own little bubble. Okay, because nobody's forcing you to listen to the prophets of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. So anybody that comes up to us scoffing and mocking, they got to have a wicked spirit upon them, man. They got to be searching and coming up to us, man, because we're not going door to door. All right, bothering people. All right. But people come up to the prophets of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah and do that, man. But it'll all be dealt with in due time. Let me get to Ezekiel, man. Ezekiel 33. We'll start at verse 2. Here we go. Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, talking about the Hebrew Israelites, starting with the men. All right, those chosen men that have the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah to fear the Lord upon them. All right. And say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, not through the spirit. That's what we're telling our people. They don't believe us right now. We're nothing to our people. But we, through the spirit, are saying, hey, we are those watchmen. We're watching over the flock, and you guys are the flock. We're telling you right from wrong, and they hate us because of it. And it goes on to say, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people, then whoever so heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. So it's clearly just saying, hey, this watchman that's set up, upon the walls to watch over these people in case calamity, hurt, harm, or danger comes your way. All right. If these people do their job and you people disregard what the watchmen are saying, then it's on your fault. Your own death, shame, and destruction is upon your head. But here's the thing that's charged to, the watchman. But in verse 6, but if the watchman see the sword come, so if we as watchmen see the destruction happening, see the mark of the beast coming, all right, see the technology to facilitate that, see the famine coming, see inflation, see chaos and uproars of the people coming. If we don't do our job and y'all don't hear our voice and see our face, guess what? And blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come, if that destruction does come, and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand. So, that is the fear that we have of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua concerning this lot that we are a part of, man, is to wash our hands from this, man. We all tired. And I know if I'm tired as a mid 30-year-old, I can only imagine what the elders and apostles are going through, man, through the flesh. All right, now through the spirit, we're all strong. All right, we're all waxing strong through the spirit. and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai right now. Okay. But hey, through that flesh, which is why we desire to be relieved, released, all right, out of this flesh and receive those new glorified, perfected bodies. Man, right now, man, through that flesh, man, we tired. I'm tired of talking to people. I'm not gonna lie. Not for Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, through that fear and that love that I have for, my Father and my Savior, my King, my big brother, Yahweh Shai. But like through the flesh, man, I'm tired. I'm tired of wickedness. I'm tired of talking to these people. I'm tired of like making these epistles again, not through the spirit, but through the flesh. Cause it just feels like we're beating a dead horse. You know what I mean? As far as the 2/3 of the nation of Israel is concerned, as far as the rest of these nations is concerned, because as far as the elect, the Lord's hopeful elect is concerned, amen, that word went out and did what it was supposed to do. It accomplished what it was supposed to accomplish, starting with Malachi Hawashai's teachings and his sacrifice, man. All right. It did what it was supposed to do. The Lord's Malach Yahweh Shai, called Halal Malach Yahweh Shai, his sacrifice did what it was supposed to do, covered our transgressions, Lord willing. All right. And it aided us, all right, to receive this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, prophecy, all right, where we're at in prophecy. People, through a long time talk all this prophecy, that, all these false gods, this false gods that. They ain't never seen nothing like what's going on right now, all right, among the earth in relation to true prophecy, man. All right. Prophecies ringing out. You got this mess with Israel. I don't give a flying flip. Wake me up when the war start. Cause right now, to me, through the spirit, it ain't nothing but rumors of wars. We done went through this before. I did videos. People forgot your boy Trump. Man, he actually shot missiles when he was president. People don't remember. I did a video. I'll bring it out maybe later, but he actually like shot missiles over, in those other lands, man. All right. So wake me up when it starts, man. But it's not to downplay what's going on over there. Lord willing, okay, this is the beginning of the end, man. And Lord willing, what's going on over there in the Middle East, Lord willing, it manifests into World War III, man. That's what we desire, man. We desire to get up out of here. We're not trying to play around and watch prank videos, all day and go back and forth with scoffers all day. We're tired of this crap, man. All right. But again, man, we are at the end of time, man. And all these things is starting to add up. So let's go to, does the Bible speak of a period called, quote unquote, the last days? Because we say this a lot, end times, last days, the end of the world. So let's go into the 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. Check it out. This know also that in the last days, we're here, perilous times shall come. We haven't reached the full manifestation of perilous times, but we see, all right, the building blocks to that. Everybody's complaining, all right, except for the pretenders, people, that are living their best life. They don't care. What do they care for? Like rich people, who I'm talking about, they don't care nothing about tribulation and none of that. They will, when they see the power of Yahweh by Hashem and Hawashai and the Lord take all that crap away from them. But we haven't reached the full manifestation of that. For men shall be lovers of their own selves. And we see that now more than ever via social media, the selfie, all right, all this crap culture, covetous, boasters, proud. Hey, that goes into the same thing, the social media era, where everyone, has a device that they can broadcast themselves upon, all right, and become rich and famous behind it. So people are proud and puffed up. They don't care nothing about the quote unquote old ways, this old God, Yahweh Bahashem and Hawashai, that people mock and scoff. They don't care nothing about that. They living their best lives, especially our people here in Babylon the Great. I really, I love my true brothers and sisters, but other than that, I really don't care about nobody else that don't live in Babylon the Great. We in it. Like, for anybody that's not in Babylon the Great, hey, we in here. We live this. We over here. We seen gang banging, like, while these other, nations and other Israelites from different places that's not here in the United States, copied our culture. We saw, this whole thing manifest, coming over here on those slave ships, man, dealing with segregation and integration and all that, man. Here in Babylon the Great. So I really just don't care. I'm just ready to go home, man. But again, I love my brothers and sisters through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Those are the hopeful elect, man. But everybody else, and especially people that's not here in Babylon the Great, that know what we went through, dealing with all this corruption. Y'all have no idea. All right. Proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection. Oh, that's a huge one, man. Without natural affection. This whole alphabet agenda. Truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce. Ooh, especially our women. That's in a man's nature to be fierce when need be. But here we dealing with our women with this fierce continence about themselves, man, day in, day out. It to the point where most wise men don't even want to be around our women anymore. Guess what? I'm one of them. Grocery store, wherever, out in the public, anytime. I really don't want to deal with Eve. If I can go into another line, or I'm going the other way when I see Eve out there, man, our women, because I just don't want to be around all that nonsense anymore, man. All right. Despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than Yahweh, Bahashem, and Yahushua. Here's a big one with our people, having a form of godliness. And boy, a lot of our people have that form of spirituality, all right? A form of godliness, the so-called Christians, and then these people who worship the false idols, the Muslims, everybody else that worship all these false idols, because they have a form of spirituality. They know something's quote unquote out there, all right? But it's not according, all right, to the will and the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem and Yahushai, man. So they got that form of godliness to know God, quote unquote, as they call Yahweh, exist. And, Jesus, who they, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. All right, they believe in these things, I guess, let them tell it. But, it doesn't manifest in their actions, man. It doesn't, their fear. They don't have no true fear through the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Therefore, they have a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, denying the prophets. That goes into that. Denying, seeing these men out on the highways and byways. They're denying the power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua and the fact that he set up prophets. They have no idea how powerful we are through the spirit of that hopeful election. The people that see us and scoff, and they have no idea. And it's a beautiful story, man. As it's unfolding, for the elect's sake, it is, because the Lord is going to manifest us into something that this world ain't never seen before, starting with Malak Yahushua. All praises to the King, all right? His glorified body being if all right, in the Apocrypha, when it speaks about, I think it's in Esdras, he saw that vision, man, of a man standing, in the midst of a bunch of men, and giving those men crowns, and in the midst of that, it was a man, and he had a greater stature than the rest of those men that he was giving crowns to. Man, we know that man to be a Malak Yahushua. All praises to the King in his glorified state. The Lord say, hey, next time he come here, he wasn't gonna meet us as a man. All right, you gonna see this glorified body and what this thing is all about. All right, so starting with the King, but guess what, man? Lord willing, hey, we be a part of that, man. The Lord got plenty to give, man. He has an abundance, infinity to give to those that fear him and worship him. All right, so we'll get glorified bodies as well. All right, Lord willing, man, right under Malak Yahushua, will be nothing, all right, compared to the King, but will be something compared to the rest of these idiots dwelling upon the earth, man, which will be ours. Okay, it's ours now. All right, but it just has to manifest. The coronation has to take place. All right, everybody got to bow down to the King. And that's what we're waiting on, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem and Yahushua, man. All right. You know what? after Timothy, man, just concerning the characteristics of people in the last days, I'm gonna leave it right there, man. Here in Second Timothy, the third chapter, how the behavior of people in the last days, that pretty much sums it up, man. That we're in the last days. Let's look at it again. All right. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters. Everybody's boasting, especially our people when it comes to entertainment, especially hip hop and rap. They love to boast and all of that. Look at what I got. Look at what you don't got. Look at what we have. Look at what you and your crew don't have, man. It's big over here in Babylon the Great. All right, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents. Look at how out of control the youth is, man. Doing fucking Salakia for using this language, but running up in the stores, man, and just taking stuff, man. This is wicked as hell, man. All right. And that, nobody can respect that. People, we have a certain level of mercy and understanding for people, all right, that are in dire situations. They got to steal food and things for their family and themselves to survive. That crap that them youth is doing nowadays with that flash mob, bust up in the store, take everything, that ain't it. That's wickedness, man. That's ridiculous, man. And that's why the Lord is going to destroy this place. All right. Unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce people. Just, man, I be watching all type of videos, even those prank videos that I was referring to, man. I watch that, for entertainment, but I really watch it to see people. Just watch people, especially our people. And when I watch those prank videos, one thing I do see, nobody's backing down. Everybody's so fierce. Nobody's afraid of anybody no more, especially with everybody here in Babylon the Great toting guns and shit. Nobody's backing down. You see Eve, our women, walking around with these bags on their chest. All right, niggas, little niggas. Everybody got these little punk ass bags on their chest, and most of the time they got weapons in there. But you see what I'm saying? You see how fierce this place has become. I don't want to live in a place where women are walking around with guns, man. Eve think that shit cool. Eve think that shit is it. To walk around here, to have a freaking killing instrument on you. Stupid mother bi. All right. How stupid do you have to be to not realize the state of the world that you're living in when you got to walk around with a weapon? See, that goes back to that pride, man. All right, that proud look, man, is because they got these killing instruments on them because the Esau allowed this shit, and they don't have a fear in the world because guess what? Their faith and their strength is in that gun, is in or whatever type of protection they have, especially concerning the women, the dogs, all right, the security and alarm systems, Pookie and Ray Ray that'll come to their defense, their brothers being those Pookies and Ray Rays and niggas they mess with, those guns, those weapons, man, pepper spray, all these things got Eve puffed up, man. But guess what? There's coming a time here pretty soon known as this great tribulation where all that's not gonna matter. And if you're not serving Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, or should I say serving the Lord now before the great tribulation start, and you gonna get caught up in this, especially you weaker vessels, which is the woman, man. All right, the Lord is gonna let all these things come upon you, man, and don't think it's gonna be some gunplay. The Lord gonna come, old school with it, if you will, all right, and bring back those plagues from ancient Egypt. Y'all ain't seen nothing like that. All right, if you watching and listening to the Watchmen, you should see, all right, the birth pains of that locusts in diverse places just taking over. Have y'all seen, spiders taking over like cities, man? If you see, just YouTube it, Google it, these videos with these spiders, man. One night is regular and the next day they wake up and all these spiders have like made webs in trees and all over houses, over highways and all type of stuff. Y'all ain't seen this, man. All right, this ain't what you want. And again, our people are puffed up for different reasons. All right, but the main reason is a lack of fear. All right, they're puffed up. They think they know it all, and they have a lack of fear towards Yahweh, Bahashem, and Yahushua, so they don't care. But again, the great tribulation is coming. We are, in fact, at the end of the world. Okay, the end of an era. All right, the end of a rulership, and Malak Yahushua, King Yahushua is coming in the story. What else do we need to talk about with that? I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. Till next time, Shalom.